Here at Green's Lawn Care, two of our core values are professionalism and attention to detail. Those go hand in hand when it comes to making sure you're prepared to start the day out right. Having all the proper tools and materials and making sure that all your equipment is in great working order is a huge step to making sure that you have a great day. One of the first things you want to do after clocking in the morning is to get your truck ready to go. The first step in that is making sure that the truck is safe and operational by checking under the hood, checking around the truck for visible damage, checking the fluids, and checking the tires. Here we're going to walk through that. The first part you want to inspect is under the hood. Pop the hood, make sure that the hood prop is in place, and you're just going to take a look around at the hoses, the belts, the wires, and make sure that everything looks to be in place and in its proper position. Nothing's dangling, nothing's busted, nothing's broken, and nothing's leaking. Now that we've completed the visual inspection under the hood, let's get into some of the components. The first thing we're going to want to do is check the oil. We do this by warming the truck up for 10 to 15 minutes, shutting the truck off, and then proceeding to the oil dipstick. Here you can see the oil dipstick. It's a yellow ring attached to a tube. We pull that out, check the oil level on the dipstick, and replace the dipstick. Next, we're going to check the coolant level. We do this by visibly looking at the coolant reservoir, looking at the gauge on that reservoir, and making sure that our coolant level falls within the operational ranges of the gauge. Next, we're going to take a look at the brake master cylinder reservoir. We are going to visibly verify that the brake fluid is within the operational range. Next, we're going to take a walk around the vehicle, inspect all of the tires for damage, low tire pressure, and proper tread. If we see anything out of place, the first thing we want to do is grab a service manager, let them know that there's an issue, and then if it's an issue we can resolve right away, such as a low tire, we want to go ahead, fill the tire up, and get it ready to go. Anything else, the service manager will help you to remedy. Now that we've warmed our truck up, we've taken a look for damage under the hood, we've checked the oil, checked the coolant, checked the brake fluid, and inspected the tires, we can shut the hood and begin to work into the back of the truck. The first thing we want to take a look at in the back of the truck is the water tank. We want to make sure that the water tank is full, that there are no leaks, and no visible damage to the tank itself or to the plumbing coming away from the tank. Now we want to verify that we have enough dry fertilizer and liquid chemicals to make it through the day. Now we're going to make sure that our steel green unit and all of our tools and accessories are strapped down and secured, and nothing's going to go flying as we're driving down the road. We've made sure our water tank is full and that we have enough product to get through the day. We've made sure our tools and our machine are strapped in and safe. Now let's take a look at some of the other things that we're going to need to make it through our day. One of the most important aspects of our day is going to be safety. Making sure we have proper PPE and all the safety materials that we need and are required by law in our truck is one of the most important steps that we're going to take every morning. One of the things that the law requires and helps us keep others safe around us is our label book. The Office of the State Chemist also requires that there be an MSDS book in every truck. Chemical-resistant gloves keep you safe while mixing chemicals and handling products. They are also required by Indiana State Chemists to be on every truck. Not only are safety glasses a mandatory item on your truck, they're also going to help protect your eyes from splashing chemicals and flying debris. Your soil probe is an essential tool when evaluating a customer's lawn and trying to solve problems. Soil bags are also essential because you can bag the soil samples, bring them back to the office for examination, or have them sent off to a soil laboratory. Your weed guide is an essential item to have in the truck. Not only will it help you to identify weeds in the lawn and a treatment solution, it will also help you to educate your customer, especially when it comes to dealing with hard to control weeds. Another essential and mandatory item to have on every truck is the spill kit. This will help you in the event that a chemical spill takes place. Make sure to keep your spill kit dry and safe and in an orderly fashion. Lawn flags and stakes are mandatory to be put out at the end of the customer's driveway once each treatment is completed. These flags, by law, must be left for 24 hours after each treatment. Another important tool that must be maintained and kept in great working order is your steel green unit. Here we're going to take a look at some of the functions and some of the maintenance issues that need to be taken care of on a daily and weekly basis. Just like with your truck, the engine oil on the steel green unit must be checked daily and kept at the proper level. The battery box, located on the right side of the machine at the front of the tanks, should also be kept secured and in place. This is going to protect the battery and the connections from corrosion created by dry fertilizer products. Next, we're going to step to the back of the steel green unit and remove the knee pad. We're going to check the hydraulic fluid reservoir, make sure that the level is correct. We're going to look at the connections, the filters, and all of the hoses and wires that are accessible. We're going to make sure there are no leaks, no breaks, and that everything is in proper working order. Now we're going to take a look at the top of the machine and our control panel. We're going to do a quick visual inspection to make sure that all of our knobs, buttons, and controls are in proper working order. We're going to check each valve. We're going to check the pressure on the pump valve. And we're going to make sure that we take note of the hours and include those in our daily inspection. Now we're going to step to the front of our machine and we're going to check our impeller to make sure that it is free of gunk and residue and that it is in proper working order. We're going to check the dial gauge to make sure that it's operational and make sure that it's set at the proper setting. We're going to take a look at our boom to make sure that it is free of debris and maybe give it a test shot to make sure that each one of the nozzles is spraying properly. If they're not spraying properly, we want to remove the nozzle, remove the filter, clean those, and replace them accordingly. The next item on our checklist is our throw guard. We want to make sure that the throw guard will travel up and down freely and that there's no tension on the pull cable that allows function. If there's any issues with your throw guard, please see a service manager and we'll get that taken care of right away. The last stop on our inspection is our hopper. First, we want to make sure that our grate is in place, is in proper order, and doesn't have any damage or wear. We're going to remove the grate. We're going to take a look down inside the hopper. Each night, this should be cleaned out so that inspection can take place in the morning. We want to make sure that our flow gate will operate smoothly and that there are no issues. We want to make sure that it opens and closes with the proper calibration according to the dial on the front of the machine. Now that we've concluded all of our checks, made sure that everything is in proper working order, we have all of our products and all of our safety gear, it's time to hit the road. Go out there, make customers happy, and have a great day.